everyone says code is dead. I'm going to show you why that's wrong with real stories, real data and real footage from my own streams. If you've been anywhere on the internet in the last 6 months, you heard it. Code is dead, don't learn to code, AI writes everything now. And that's not just random people on Twitter saying this, it's the biggest names in tech. Jensen Huang, CEO of Nvidia said, and I quote, "Nothing would give me more joy than if none of our engineers are coding at all." Boris Cherny, guy running one of the most advanced AI coding tools on the planet, said that 100% of his personal code is AI generated. Spotify's co-CEO said that their best developers haven't written a single line of code since December. They're shipping features from their phones during their morning commute. And honestly, I get why people believe this, because on the surface it looks true. You can't describe an app in English or any natural language and watch AI build it in seconds. That part is real. But what these people never show you is what happens next. When the app hits the real users, when someone tries to break it, when you need to fix something urgently in the 4 in the morning and you don't understand a single line of your own code base. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. Look at this. This is actual flowchart for how Slack decides when to send you a notification. Sounds simple, right? But underneath those words is this. All of this. Every branch, every edge case, every what if. This is what real software complexity looks like. And this is just notifications. Imagine what's underneath live collaboration or payment processing. Vibe coding lets you pretend this complexity does not exist. You describe what you want, AI builds something that works on the surface, and you think you're done. You're not done. You just can't see the problem yet. And the data backs this up. Researchers analyzed over 470 GitHub pull requests. AI-authored code had 1.7 times more issues than human-written code. Logic and correctness problems went up to 75%. Readability issues, the stuff that makes code a nightmare to maintain, more than tripled. Security vulnerabilities appeared 1.5 to 2 times more often. AI is trained on massive piles of public code from GitHub, code that's already full of bugs and security holes. It learns those patterns and reproduces them at scale. It hallucinates functions that don't exist but sound completely real. And because the output looks clean and authoritative, it sneaks past the critical eye that human developer would normally give it. The speed is real, but so is the cost. Dan Schipper, CEO of a company called Every, vibe coded a collaborative document editor in his spare time. His own words, "I have absolutely no idea of how any of the code works." It went viral, 4,000 documents in one day. Then it started crashing. All day he was up at 4 AM, watching AI agents trying to fix bugs and code he didn't understand. Because he vibe coded it, he couldn't fix it himself. He could only sit there and hope the AI figures it out. And this isn't an isolated thing. A few months ago, a guy on X posted that his entire SaaS product was under attack. Bypassed subscriptions, maxed out API keys, database corruption. The whole thing was falling apart. And then he said, "As you know, I'm not technical, so this is taking me longer than usual to figure it out." He built an entire business on code he didn't write and didn't understand. And the moment someone challenged it, he was completely helpless. I see this in my own work too. I was live streaming, vibe coding some apps. I had code rules defined for AI, things like separate logic, don't dump everything into one component, keep helper functions and reusable components apart. And while reviewing each component, I kept catching the same things. It wasn't following the rules. Helper functions, business logic, React components, all tangled together in one file. It was choosing the lazy implementation instead of the efficient one. But if I wasn't reviewing the code, if I didn't understand what clean code looks like, I would ship all of it, and later I would have a mess I can't maintain. Steve Krause, founder of Valtown, made a point that I think nails it. Nobody talks about vibe writing. AI can write your emails, your summaries, your everyday text, but nobody thinks it's replacing great writers, because we all understand that the real writing is thinking, not just grammar. Code is the same. AI can handle the everyday stuff, but it can't replace the developer who actually understands the system, catches the bugs and makes the decisions that matter. Every example I showed you failed for one reason. Nobody understood the code AI generated for them. So keep coding, keep understanding what you ship. That's the skill that's not going anywhere.